The major political parties in Bulgaria have arrived at a critical juncture. During their congresses, they drew the line ahead of anticipated general elections in 2013. In the past decade alone, Bulgaria has had three types of governments. First, the centrist government of the former king who returned from exile to become a prime minister. Then, a left-wing socialist government of Sergei Stanishev. And now, the right-wing conservative government of Boyko Borisov. The past 3 years of Premier Borisov are a lost time, according to his emerging rivals. Reminiscents of the king's former party, they are led by the country's first EU commissioner, Meglena Kuneva, and are calling themselves Bulgaria for Citizens.
Recession is when your neighbor is left jobless. Depression is when both of you are left jobless. Recovery is when Boyko Borisov is left jobless.
Boyko Borisov's ruling party fought back.
The collision of parties has begun. We have achieved a lot, but the whole Europe is suffering. When we came to power, we had no idea how drained the state was, and that we would inherit so many unpaid dues.
Those were blamed on the former prime minister, who was recently elected president of all European socialists and is planning a comeback in charge of the country.
Over 30 types of social benefits have been cut. For the disabled, for the unemployed. At the end of this government's term, every Bulgarian will be poorer than 3.5 years ago.
With average pensions of 150 euros and average salary of 350 euros, Bulgarians are already the poorest EU citizens, statistics reveal. But instead of coming up with growth platforms to change this, officials are locked in political bickering. This has led citizens to a dead end, desperate and indifferent, experts say.
They don't have the trust in our own institutions. We don't have the trust in the political process. Even though we now probably can claim that we are consolidated democracy, we believe that someone from the outside will have to come into our family to tell us, you are wrong, this is what you do wrong, and to correct that.
That someone is the EU, which is expected to send a big mission of election observers to Bulgaria. This, as neither of the parties is able to win a majority on its own, nor is willing to enter into coalition with the others. And at the end, citizens are those bearing the brunt of political turmoil, social experiments and economic setbacks. Ivailos Pasov, Press TV, Sofia.